Hello, Dr. Kill here with a bonus video for my Super Wrong LP. I'm just going to show off some stuff in a different file than the one I've been using, with some differences. As you see, this one has no bombs in the inventory, with a bottle there instead, and a bomb bag already. I have not yet opened the bomb chest, but I do have a bomb bag and a bottle and the bomb slot, and that lets me use bombs even if I haven't opened the bomb chest. So the purpose of this video is to just sort of show off a little bit more of Dodongo's Cavern, since I went through it very quickly. I didn't really show off anything other than this room and the boss room. So I was going to show off a little bit more of this dungeon. The way it was when I actually first learned how to go through this quickly, because that hookshot jump was something that wasn't found or used for quite some time. So the normal progression through Dodongo's Cavern is just supposed to go this direction through this door. But I'm not going to do that. That's something you would do as a child, because a child can't sort of get over this ledge, which is the end point of that route. But adult is big enough that he can just hop right up here, and essentially skip that entire section of the dungeon. All because of just the difference in adult and child models. I will be going backwards a little bit just to show off some stuff. I had to sort of hit the switch that way anyways, because I can't do this room legitimately. I would need a DQ stick, and I would have to get that on B, and it's not worth it. So I did go backwards here to show off the Lizalfos fight, simply because there's actually a very quick way you can fight them, both as child and adult. Normally you're supposed to hit them a little bit and then they jump away and the next one comes in, but you can actually sort of trick their health into killing them really quickly. If you attack them with an attack that does 2, like just a Master Sword Slash, and an attack that does 4 damage, which would be his Master Sword Jump attack, then you can kill them in one cycle. You can do that as a child too, with a jump attack as a sword and then a jump attack as a DQ stick, and it prevents them from doing their cycles. This is just a death warp to get back to the beginning of the dungeon real quickly. It's faster than a save warp. I didn't have to cut out anything because it's quick enough. Anytime you want to save warp that's in a dungeon, you probably want a death warp instead. It's just usually hard to work out because you need to get your health low and die at opportune times. Just showing that off. You probably also noticed that I also have the black gauntlets. Those sort of just work as golden gauntlets and work as strength upgrades of all sorts, so it actually lets me pick up bombs, which I wouldn't be able to do in my main file. If you don't have a power bracelet, you can't pick up bombs or grass or anything, which actually is what allows certain tricks. But here I just decided just to show them off. With them you could actually do Dodongo's Cavern without any explosives if you wanted to. I just decided to have bombs to show off something else in a little bit. A little trick I will show off, this will be Skulltula, just that I'll get to show off, that one right there. It's a little hard to see, but there's a Skulltula up there that normally you're supposed to get when that platform that I just lowered is raised. But as an adult, you can get it very easily with the hover boots using a method called hover boosting. If you equip the hover boots when you have a high speed, such as one caused by a bomb explosion, you get a huge boost for when you first walk again. It's enough to get you all the way over here to get this Skulltula. Very quick way to get it. Obviously it doesn't work as a child because you can't equip hover boots as a child. You can always bomb hover up there, but that's slower than what I just did. And it's a fun little trick, sort of the first hover boots thing to show off, since I don't have hover boots yet in the main playthrough. Okay, this room is another one that's completely broken by Link's model just being bigger than Child Link's. So I didn't have to push that statue and climb up the ladder. I could just climb up, hit the switch. So that room's really quickly done too. No real glitches there either. A significant portion of this dungeon is just easier to go through as an adult because his model is much bigger. Here me failing to sort of get the inverted camera. Just messed up a couple times. Coming up is a room that you go through as a child. You have to go down the bottom there, go through a maze, then hit some switches with the slingshot. But all I really want to get to is over there, where the bomb chest is. And as an adult, it's pretty easy to just sort of jump up to this platform right here. And then I pretty much completed this section of the dungeon, and I could just hop straight to where the bomb chest is. so I don't have to go through that section of the dungeon. A notable thing about the bomb chest is that I already have a bomb bag, and of course the bottle on my bombs. So what happens is that when you open the bomb chest, you still get a bomb bag. You get it quickly too. He kicks open the chest faster. But it's not a normal bomb bag. If I look at my inventory, I still have the same bomb bag I had before. It actually puts a bomb bag in your inventory on the chew slot, as you can see right there. You can equip it. And if you were to use that item, the game treats it as eye drops. And those work exactly the way normal eye drops do. If you were to show them to the big Goron while his eyes are itchy, he'll give you the claim check for the big Goron sword. It's really strange. That seems to happen if you have any sort of non-standard item in your inventory on your C button, I think, anyways. I don't know. There's lots of different items you could probably cheat onto there. My understanding is that they all sort of act as eye drops. But it's not something I've specifically tested, and I haven't really looked into too much. It's a weird little thing. And that bomb bag can actually be RBA'd for some stuff too. I might show that off in a later video. I'll keep it a surprise for now. Another section that's broken just by Big Link. You can just hop over that, or Child Link would have to walk all the way around. I believe a lot of that is intentional anyways. Dodongo's Cavern is sort of the only place that's meant to be revisited as an adult. A child dungeon to be revisited as an adult, so I suppose a lot of this is probably intentional. Similar trick as to what I did in the main video. If you do the ocarina thing with your sword onto that switch, it acts the same way, and I can just walk to the door while the switch thinks it's being pressed. It's a similar trick. It's not exactly the same, obviously, as with the Navi thing I did, but it has the same effects. So it lets me get in here very quickly. That trick actually does work as a child too, but because of the little hole that the switch is in, the size of it makes it much. It takes longer for Child Link to get out of there, so the timing for getting to the door is actually much shorter. It's much narrower, so it's harder to do as a child. So again, a lot of funny differences that come just from different model sizes between Child and Adult Link. I won't be doing bomb chews here. If you get the bomb bag in your inventory the way I did, you can't actually get bomb chews anymore, and the bomb chews you had, you can't use them anymore, because it's taking up the slot. Even if you get more bomb chews, it's still there. This is just a more standard Dodongo fight. Shooting bombs, killing them quickly with crouch stabbing, which again has the same attack power as the last attack you used, which was the jump attack for the Master Sword, so it kills Dodongo pretty quickly. I'll be showing off the wrong warp again just to add a few little notes. I'll get into position in a much faster way. That's what I'll be doing, a bunch of hops and stuff, and that'll get me in position. One thing I did not mention in my main videos is that in order for a wrong warp to work, you need to have watched the last cutscene you watched has to be a sort of proper cutscene. It has to be a valid cutscene, and what makes it valid is I don't know exactly for sure, but people know exactly what counts as a valid cutscene for wrong warps. And if you don't have that last watch cutscene as a valid sort of cutscene, what happens is that when you try to wrong warp, it essentially doesn't work. It actually just crashes the game. So I have it all set up here, and then once I've triggered the wrong warp, by dying, what actually happens, instead of taking me to Gerudo training grounds, which is what I showed what happens normally, it actually just doesn't do anything. It's just black screen. It crashes the game. I actually got caught off a little guard by this because I thought I did it correctly. I just did not watch the right cutscene. So this is after I've watched a proper cutscene, which in this case would actually just be the title screen cutscene. Again, why exactly a cutscene is valid, I'm not too sure. I just know which ones work as valid cutscenes. I'll explain more about that in the main videos, about a little bit at least why that happens, but a little bit of why that happens, or how I understand it, just not exactly the specific reasons in the code why it works. But yeah, so I warped here. I can just leave Gerudo Training Grounds, and now I'm in Gerudo Valley. It wasn't like a fake Gerudo Training Grounds or anything. Now I'm in here, much quicker to do this than walk here. And that's sort of the end of the video. Just one last thing to show off. because of the bottle on bombs and because of the bomb tea bag, if I equip it like this and I don't have bombs equipped any longer, I suddenly can't use bombs anymore, and I just won't be able to at all, ever. Once you unequip them in this state, you just can't use them. So that's pretty much it for this video, though. So just a little bonus video to show off a little more stuff. Thanks for watching.